See, this is the thing, is although, you know, I'm far from the end game of this, I understand the mechanics so thoroughly. I know sometimes it doesn't look like it, but I definitely am at the stage playing this where, okay, so any of you who've played Dwarf Fortress a lot will probably get this analogy. When you first start playing Dwarf Fortress, you are entirely preoccupied with survival. Then after you're over the first hurdle of you can make your fortress last the first year or two, maybe up to the first siege, the first, you know, proper scale warfare, and then it falls over. Then you kind of get refocused into the efficiency. So it's not just reactive survival, but you're planning for the future survival. And at that point, once you're over that hurdle, you're probably good for a very, very long time. Probably until you get bored. And that's the thing. It's once you've covered that, and once you get to the point you're feeling comfortable with how survivable you are in Dwarf Fortress, where not just the immediate kind of spanners in the works can't take you out, but you know the actual existential threats struggle to take you out. Then your mind goes to mega projects. Suddenly, you're not just trying to screw pump some water out of a pond in the middle of your farming area because you want to farm there and you don't want to have a lake there. You're actually bringing magma up from a volcano to flood the floors of your magma forges. And then a little bit after that, you're like, well, I mean, that was all interesting and stuff, but how about I brute force my way through an aquifer? That sounds like a really cool idea. And then so you do that, and then the next thing you know, you're doing purely aesthetic things. Like, well, I mean, going through the aquifer was functional. Bringing the lava up was functional. You know what we need, though? We need a sculpted dwarven face with a wide open mouth as the entrance to the Great Hall, and the eyes are waterfalls that flush down. They don't fall directly on the dwarves. They cascade through grills around the sides of the dwarves' beard, but they cast a beautiful watery mist, a vapor, through which the dwarves will wander and have pleasant thoughts. All of a sudden, you know, you're no longer even trying to survive. In fact, 3 of your fortresses have died unexpectedly because you were just too distracted by trying to build your Great Hall waterfall. It's a process, chat. It's one we all go through. There's no shame in it. Yeah, sounds about right. See? Never played Dwarf Fortress, but this sounds similar to Oxygen Not Included. Yeah, it's probably got a similar degree of progression, actually. Yeah, no, it definitely has a similar degree of progression. So, with Oxygen Not Included, it's like, okay, I'm just trying to not starve to death. And then it's like, okay, I'm just trying not to suffer from the inevitable asphyxiation as I transition from much less efficient to more or less limitless sources of oxygen. You know, that's the kind of survival and then long-term survival points. And then all of a sudden it's like, I could, you know, refine fuel the normal way, but I really want to make a petroleum boiler. And while I'm at it, I may as well make a sour gas boiler as well, just because I can. And you know what? I hate having to use fuel to smelt my metals. Instead, I'm going to harness the heat of a volcano to smelt my metals into liquid metal. Then I will cool them when I want them, and then I will have preformed bars. Truly the greatest thing. And then, you know, somewhere along the line, you're like, you know what, I want to make a completely self-contained colony that only runs off critters. It doesn't actually mine anything. The critters will provide for us. That's pretty much the same progression, yeah. That's how it be. Like I said, we've all been there, chat. There's nothing to be ashamed of here. This is a natural progression. Right, now this one I'm a little bit worried about. Actually, that didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. I think it's because we very carefully filled this in with rock. Not slag, not anything else. Actual rock. So this is very stable. It resists deforming very aggressively, thankfully. Because that could have been ugly. Okay, that does get ugly there, though. Unfortunate. That's fine, though. We'll find all the places where it struggles, and then we'll just replace those bits as necessary. Hey, Aavak, speaking of Waterfall, Hydroneer when? Does your channel have an upcoming streams list? I don't have an upcoming streams list, no, I don't. Hydroneer, probably when well, it's literally when I feel like it, really. I don't have any particular plans to jump into another stream of it anytime soon. Simply because I've got so many other active series, whereas Hydroneer, where it's currently at, feels like, how should I put it? You know, like if you're playing a round-based game, like a run of Backpack Hero or a run of Orcs. It feels like the completion of the, like bringing the first claim to completion is a good stopping point before I jump into the next claim, because when I do jump into the next claim, I'm going to want to complete that whole thing. So for now, it's just in a convenient place where nothing has been left undone yet, if that makes sense. It's kind of like between games sort of thing. God, I wish I could commit to Oni enough to get like 500 plus cycles and do rocket science. Cinder Dragon, I've got a save that's like something stupid like 240, 260 episodes long on my Aavak After Dark YouTube channel. And I've got another 30 hours worth of it that I still need to upload. I'm on something like cycle, I think I'm coming towards cycle 3000. I've barely begun the joys of rocketry. It is an interesting game. Aavak After Dark? Did I say Aavak After Dark? Shut up! Aavak After Hours! I mean, technically, I do stream typically after dark, so it would also be correct. Sonaro, thank you very much for the 35 months. So, Phoenix Point continuation stream possibly this year? Oh, probably very soon. I haven't been feeling the want to play a strategic game too much. I did a little bit yesterday with some Mechanicas, so the feeling is coming back at the moment. I'm very much the sort of person, I'll play the games when I feel like I want to play them, because that's when I will do them the most justice. Especially a game like Phoenix Point, which is unforgiving if you make mistakes. I would rather play a game where mistakes have lower consequence if I'm, you know, not feeling very well. I'm just recovering from a week and a half long stomach bug at the moment. It did cross my mind to, maybe I'll do Phoenix Point tomorrow, because, you know, I've been feeling the urge. But then I was like, yeah, no, if my mind is elsewhere and I make stupid mistakes, like I did in the last stream of it, then people die. And that doesn't feel nice. That feels decidedly sucky. Actually, maybe I should bring that all the way over here. Yeah, sure, I will. This way it maintains the pattern. I know, I'm wasting Unity by doing this, but it's fine. Right, have we done the ship yet? Oh my lord, why? Okay, am I just not getting something? We've got, well, I mean, we are using steel relatively fast, I suppose, but... Okay, Yuri has nowhere to dig. It's fine, let's get Yuri somewhere to dig. Karen has nowhere to dig, though. So Karen will also have a place to dig. Starting here and going all the way... Oh, actually, you know what? We'll start here. Go all the way up there. Okay. Let's get down some dig designations. Wow, did I really miss that? I did. Yeah, let's smooth out everything that we can. I'm going to have to expand Karen's dig designation again, unfortunately. I wasn't aware that there was that little area. Truck has no fuel? Uh-oh. Oh, no. That's just the length of time it takes for the refueling truck to get down there. I hope. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. We're good. Yeah, no, absolutely, Bilal. If you give me a date when you're going to be about, then consider that when we start Outer Wilds. Bilal has been waiting on that for so long. I felt cruel to the idea of playing it when he wasn't around. Alright, okay. Time for us, A, to get rid of that. B, to rotate you around. Oh. Right, you're going to have to go. Slight hiccup over here. Again, once we've sorted the system out once, then it'll be sorted going forward. But we just need to get that initial solution in place. That should work now. Oh. We've come down too far. Now I want to remove that designation there so that there remains a viable route while we're digging through here. Hopefully we can get that dug relatively quickly. Retaining walls can only prevent the spillage for 5 tiles, basically. So 1 tile of depth, 2 tiles of depth, 3, 4, 5. And we only want to bring this up to the corner. Okay. I was watching someone work on a large project like that. 3 to 4 hours just placing floors, then 3 to 4 hours just running pipes across the map. That was in reply to Demon Works. Though I find I'm much less into mega projects these days, unless there's some specific puzzle solving to it. Like, if it's just building or scaling up, meh. It's one of the issues I have with Satisfactory. Scaling up for the sort of production levels the late game expects is just that thing you built. Build it a few dozen more times without a blueprint system. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that would be quite exhausting, to be fair. I think Karen is done. Yep. So, with that then, We will expand this out significantly in this direction. And now we are going to start leveling more of the terrain. Ever more terrain must be leveled. That should keep the Karen mining tower busy for quite a while. And while all of that is happening, we will expand out this area as well. Now, what would be ideal is if all of the trucks could start digging at the same time so no one gets let down here, but I don't know how good our odds of getting that to happen are. As far as the trucks down here go, everything looks all right. If I copy this, I'll see what is needed. We're about 200 shy of the tier 1 building materials. We've got all of the tier 3 we need. We're just a little bit shy of the rubber. We're quite shy of the steel. We've got bonkers amounts of... Oh, sorry, these are the other way around. So, no, we're shy on the construction parts too. Really? Are you saying that we've got that much steel? How? How have we got that much steel? You're lying to me. You're telling me Mahusiv fibs. If we had that much steel, we would clearly have already loaded it all over here. Oh, I'm going to boost some more. Temporary boosts. Let's get them going. Oh, actually, there's no point in doing a boost unless you do the whole chain with the boost. Otherwise, it just can't keep up. We need to keep a close eye on you. You're up to no good. Right, we don't need this many trucks, nor do we need that many excavators, frankly. Because we just don't need that material as frequently. We'll move that excavator over here instead. Slowly digging our way in. But this is the real problem. Where is all of the steel getting sent off to? It's quite possible... Yeah, it's probable, in fact, that it's being brought over here. But interestingly, it's not being brought over there very often. Mining designations outside. Yes. Everything down here, actually. Yep. That should keep things pretty. Now is this... We've got all of the raw materials we need are being supplied. So that's not the issue here. Are we lacking O2, perhaps? This is pulling 36 every 60 seconds. Right, yes, that is exactly what it is. These, okay. Yeah, I've boosted these, but they can't actually be boosted. This whole system is exactly as powerful as it needs to be. And it can't process the material any faster. I would need to add an extra O2 plant. I should have thought about that a long time ago because we were just dumping Unity down the drain. Oh well. Lesson learnt. Food calls. Hi, look. Enjoy Akira Dragonborn. You have a good one. Alright. Well, I think time for us to bump up to the very highest speed and just let stuff happen for a little bit. In terms of our population, we have 20 months worth of food. I wish we had a bit more than that. We've got a whopping 186 free workers, which is kind of silly, frankly. We've got awfully large amounts of corn available. And bread. There's no real reason to allow these to be just overflowing there when I have the means of using it, so... Veggies we don't have. Eggs we have plenty of. Bread we have plenty of. We're just waiting on a veggie harvest, really. My phone tries to update the Dapper Cult emote to the word difficult. I disapprove. How to hide a cult in plain sight. Oh, this tea is so delicious. Got a nice big heat-retaining mug. Some tea blends can become very bitter when they become cold. So unless you've got very good, very good. Well, what would you say? Like, it's not really crockery because it's plastic, unfortunately. Well, it is on the outside anyway. But regardless, heat-retaining drinks a vessel. It's best not to have large cups of tea. Because it won't last you any longer. You'll still drink it all quickly. What tea is fueling me tonight? Lapsang Souchong tonight. We're almost finished down there now. Getting on to the important job of getting all of this sorted out now. My goodness. Has no fuel. Well, that is going to continue to be a problem, I'm afraid. Maybe I should give you more trucks. Because we are having to move a lot of trucks around. Ah, they are having to make very long trips. Okay, fair enough. I will help. Aavak, help. There we go. Making our way down now. We are going to trap some of the excavators, unfortunately, just the way they've decided to dig. There's not much I can do about it, though. What? Get rid of all of those. Oh, damn it. They're going to that's annoying. That is ultra annoying. Too much of the ground fell in. And that is what happens when an area isn't sufficiently... doesn't have sufficient foundation. Unfortunate, to say the very least. Yeah, they are trapped. Right. Okay, so I need to fill this area in. And hopefully, in the effort to fill that, they will end up creating enough of a foundation for me to replace those walls. I don't actually need it at this point, but I would appreciate it all the same. And finally this nightmare will be over. Okay. Yeah, I think that's ultimately what was really hurting us, was the lack of steel. That's why we went on that big redesign of the Foundry area. Oh, this is filling shockingly fast. Starting to think maybe I need another large warehouse at the back here. In fact, that is exactly what I'm going to do. That'll at least allow us to get rid of the remainder of these trees, I would hope. Mahusive trucks. Okay, so we've got haul truck. Is that actually what they're called? Let's have a look. Yeah, haul truck. Okay, so we need a name for this truck. And I'm not going to be a massive jerk and make you pay 50k channel points to name a truck. Though, on one hand, I am tempted. But no. Let me just adjust the naming game cost. There you go. Naming games available. Oh, wow. There are a lot of people who wanted this truck named. Okay, well, those of you who don't get in, don't worry. I will name all of the large vehicles because we're going to be building those sparingly. So they are much more survivable than the little ones, which I'll just scrap if I don't need them. Here we are. Sebastian Armoon, welcome to the logistics fleet. There we are. They made short work of that. Very short work of that. Perfect. That is going to bother me more than it should. But it will. It burns. It freezes. Though, I suppose you could, if you were thus inclined, do something like this. Huh. Unexpected, but appreciated. Yes, yes. actually ends up looking kind of cool. You wanted the vehicle named Mr. Popo. Oh, okay. Let me go and rename that truck then. For 10k channel points, you can dictate the name. That's fine. Do you want it to be Mr. like MR period or actually spelled out as Mr.? Either way, well, we'll go with that then. Done and done for you. Yeah, unfortunately, to get that to work is going to be a pain in the backside. A real issue. I guess I could kind of do that and just watch. And as soon as they filled it in enough, prohibit them filling it any further. Probably the only way I'll get that to work. Actually, have they already done that? Need a bit more. But I'm really liking that. We might actually take that as the way to take things down further from here. Oh, crap. Okay, we may have put a little bit too much. Oh, actually, I wouldn't even have been able to see if it was too much before. Simply from the fact that I can't build where there is a designation anymore. Trying to fix this is going to cause so many more problems. I swear, if we can't put these down here now, I'm going to... Oh, thank goodness. I would have cried. Yeah, I think double walls are going to be the order of business from now on. And that'll probably end up looking quite striking, in fact. Getting close. Once both of those... I should have just done one gun at a time, really. It's my own fault for deciding, yeah, I'm going to do it all at once. No breaks. Lesson learned. Next time we will be a lot more cautious. That seems so insultingly... Such an insultingly small load for that vehicle to have taken there. Alright. You know what we could do? We could have a look and see... Well, I mean, I could trade these for the electronics I need. How many electronics do I need? 1.5 makes 6. No, but I need 240. Still, I think I'll go for the trade. I'll only do it when it's favourable, though. There's no reason for me to do it at any other time. Absolutely no reason for me to do it at any other time. Ship modifications complete. We have got big pew-pews. Look at those ginormous pew-pews. Alright. Shall we see what our ship can do? One ship with a battle score of 400. What's our current battle score? 430. Maybe a little bit too close. 470, 430, 430 there, 470, 400. 2 ships with a battle score of 180? We might be able to get over there. Load crew. Alright, let's go. Set sail! To battle! I know the fuel tank was just... research is fine. It would take us way too long to get that going. Settlement recycling. Lacks recyclables from the attached settlement. The recyclables are generated only from products that you provide to the settlement. Sure, let's get that going. I'm all about that, actually. Wastewater treatment. We can improve the wastewater treatment. We can get filter medium as well. Sausage production. We've now got flour, we've got salt, we've got meat trimmings. We could make sausages. I think perhaps sausages are exactly what we need. Okay, we're in combat. We do 66 at DPS. Okay, yeah, we absolutely thrashed them. I had to step away for a bit. What are we playing now? Still Captain of Industry. I didn't know it had battleships. Yeah, your ship starts as a quartz mining discovered. Hooray! And it's all automatically returning because it's out of fuel. Like I can't do anything more with what we had. But that is amazing. But one of the things with the ship is you start off. It's just a cargo ship, and all of the houses are just cargo containers that have been repurposed. And as you build up, you research things like ship weaponry and armor and better engines and a better bridge and so on and so forth. And gradually, your ship becomes a battleship capable of taking on the pirates. So there is a like story progression in this game. I know it's very easy to miss, but there is. It's one of the things I really love about this game. Okay, this is going to sound stupid, and perhaps it might even be. However, we are in fact going to fill this area in so that I can gain access over here to lay down some more retaining walls. We're only going to go as far as this part, but that will then allow me to lay another layer of retaining walls, which is going to give me access to everything else there. I will be digging it back out, basically. Right, we're on our way towards getting this. We've got a couple of electronic parts available. Now, there are a couple of contracts. Are there any really favourable ones? Cement for coal, food packs for crude oil, gold for crude oil, construction parts for limestone. That actually might be an important one. I like the production cost estimates. That's actually pretty cool. So it's giving me an idea of what's going into it. Slag for sour water. Now, why would I want that? Slag is a byproduct of a bajillion things, but why would I want to be going for sour water specifically? Ah, that would give me sulfur and ammonia. And water. Well, actually, that slag for that isn't actually a terrible deal. But it would cost me a certain amount of unity to maintain. But the fact that we would have sulfur coming in wouldn't necessarily be awful. Still, it's not really the deal that I want to go for. Right, ship is fully repaired, so ship is going back out again. We're going to get out there and do a good couple of battles, I think. Right. So at this point, we are once again faced with the burning question. Do we go for the more efficient setup down here? in this area that we've cleaned out of trees. And then start mining from the bottom up. Even though that means that we're going to lose control on how we build this whole area out. And it could ultimately lead to some nasty undermining. Or do we bite the bullet and replace that entire system wholesale? Again, I would need to have 160 steel is all I need. We currently have... The only thing we're shy on is tier 2 construction part. Oh, actually, no. We're not. We're now shy on the tier 3 construction part as well. I'm getting closer and closer to just tearing this system down. It would be a messy replacement, but... Some things I could move up here in the meantime to make room. Yeah, the crater is a bit lacking in taters at the moment, isn't it? Okay, you're a reasonably powerful ship. You've got more health than us, but our guns are vastly more powerful than yours. All 3 of your guns together more or less equal 1 of mine. We've just taken 2 of your guns out, so this is our fight. Hey, Silverfine! Thank you very much for the continued subscription, mate. Got some more electronics, and we've discovered a new ship that we might be able to grab. That is an enemy ship that I don't think we're capable of handling, so just go home. Listen, I'm kind of tempted to just have a little bit of an overflow over here as well. They're going to have a very, very corn-rich diet. Ah, my lord. Right. Okay. So far, so more or less good. A lot of materials going this way. Now, if corn can't be accepted over there, we bypass through here and send it down to the chicken feed. If we wanted to start making sausages out of the meat trimmings, fairly certain we could right now. Also, it would be nice if we could get some cooking oil and plastic to make snacks, but... well, we're going to have to wait for the research to be done before we can get a hold of that regardless. Right. Time, I think, to turn on this research facility. And time to upgrade this one. And turn that one on as well. Let's get 3 research facilities all working on this job, on this work for now. Cooking oil and plastic makes snack. Well, I mean, the plastic makes the wrappers for the snacks, and the cooking oil is directly involved in making the snack. Yes, it is true.